Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we're here with our NXT Takeover Chicago predictions. Got Nick with me. What's going on, Nick?
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm excited. I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
really big fan of these takeovers.
Should be a good show.
It should be a good show. Now, I'm going to ask straight away, what main events? Can you call it their world title, or do you just call it their title?
Just the championship.
It's so weird.
Just
What main events? The
championship.
championship or Tommaso and Ciampa? Or excuse me, Tommaso and
I
Gargano.
want to say this time the championship.
No, you know why I think it won't be the championship?
Why?
We'll get into that once we get to the predictions. Does this start at 3 p.m.? Oh,
No.
the show itself.
It's going to
The
start
pre-show's
regular.
at 4.
Pre-show's at 4. It's going to start regular time, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Eastern. This takeover time was not messed with, even though they changed the times for the main roster shows.
Mystic Eclipse, that's fucking awesome. Congrats on graduating, dude. He's going to NXT show
That's
for his
awesome.
graduation present. That's awesome. Your parents
Like
love you. You know what?
NXT tonight, or just a random NXT show?
You know what I did for my graduation?
What?
I think all of my friends went out to go get super messed up, and I went to Sonic and I got their Texas. It's a Texas grilled cheese, tater tots, and the largest drink I could possibly get, and then I got a milkshake when I was done. It was phenomenal. That was my graduation. Then I went home and I played video games all day.
Interesting.
But
We all went bowling. They do that every year. Before they closed the bowling alley, they'd have
every year that you graduated.
No. Before they closed the bowling alley, they'd take all the seniors and give them free bowling all night and
Anyway,
whatnot. Anyways,
we're gonna talk takeover predictions. So let's go ahead and get started now.
All right. So the first match on the show tonight, we've got Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream.
Woo!
Should be pretty good.
Now, this match, Ricochet and Velveteen Dream, kind of personifies what it means to be in NXT.
Wait. I do want to say, Ricochet is a little banged up.
Ricochet's a little banged up, but I think he's performed banged up.
Did you
before.
see the video?
Yeah, he just landed.
No. Where he jumps over, does the tope over the top rope and literally just face plants the ramp?
Yeah, I'm sure he's banged up, but I'm sure he's fine.
Triple H did say he's not injured, but he did tweak his shoulder, and that's why he hasn't worked any shows since Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. These two guys are extremely similar when it comes to their wrestling style, but they're different enough to where this will be kind of a fun match. And I think this is going to be... We've seen Velveteen Dream have really good matches, but this is going to be a coming out party for Velveteen Dream.
you think it's going to be better than the black match?
I think it's going to be... Yeah, I think it'll be better than the black match.
Now, here's my question.
What's up?
Was the build better for the black match, though?
Kind of. Yes. I do think the build was better, but I do think what happened between Ricochet and Dream within the short time that they had to deal stuff together, I think they did it very, very well.
Very true.
The two wrestling styles are very similar, like I said, but I think kind of the big differences are Velveteen Dream has a really, really good striking style, when Ricochet kind of relies on not really strikes, but quick hits and high-flying moves. And I think that's going to play into the match a lot. I'm really excited for it. This is Ricochet's first feud, so I'm going to go ahead and take Ricochet in this. I think Velveteen Dream can come out with a loss as long as it's a good... You can come out with a loss in a really good, phenomenal match and not be hurt whatsoever.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Ricochet wins it, and it doesn't hurt Velveteen Dream. Kind of like the Adam Cole deal. Adam Cole lost a lot in NXT early on, but it never hurt him.
Exactly. So I'm absolutely going to take Ricochet for this one, but it'll definitely be a showing of... I think Dream may be ready for the main... It depends on this match to see if he's ready for main roster or not, in my opinion.
Maybe.
In my opinion.
So, with that, we move on to the next match for the NXT Tag Team Titles.
Now, I'm really, really excited for this match. So we've got Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan 1-2 versus Undisputed Era, which is Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick.
They call them 1-2 or one and only?
They're called 1-2.
Oh, okay, so I got it wrong. I wrote one and only on the graphic.
Okay,
My bad.
One and only. Isn't that Ricochet? That's Ricochet's.
No, he's the...
No, in his entrance it says...
Oh, I got it
one
mixed up.
and
I'm
only.
going to look it up.
You fool! But... Oh, man. So, okay, so this match, again, is going to be another coming out party for Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, because these two guys are absolutely fucking phenomenal. They are fantastic wrestlers. They are super hard hitting. They're super high flying. They are two of probably the best pure wrestlers in NXT, but I think it's too early to take those belts off of Undisputed Era. I think if you want to live up to their name, they need to hold those titles, the North American. Maybe what I predict personally is that in the future, Cole will drop the North American belt to probably Strong once Fish is healthy again. And when he drops it, it'll be kind of like a mutual thing. Cole's going to pick up that NXT title, and they're going to be truly the Undisputed Era holding every single title. Well, everything besides the women's title. But I think this is going to be a great match regardless, so I'm taking Undisputed Era.
Same here. I'm going to go Undisputed Era only for the fact of they got to keep them strong going into Monday and Tuesday because they are going to be competing on Monday night. They're going to be competing against British Strong Style in a 6-man tag team match. So I feel like they got to keep them strong going into those UK shows.
Exactly. So there you go.
All right, so next up with the NXT Women's Championship on the line, we've got Shayna Baszler defending against Nikki Cross. Now, a lot of people think that Cross is going to lose and then come up with Sanity, and that's why they've been waiting. But from what I heard, according to Brian Alvarez, he did state that the reason we haven't seen Sanity yet on the main roster is because there's some sort of an issue with trademarking the name. So it's not the rumor of, oh, they're just waiting for Nikki Cross after TakeOver.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm absolutely going to take Nikki Cross in this.
Why?
I don't see Baszler as a longtime champion.
Why not?
Because I don't think she has I don't really think she poses a championship type look. But I think having Nikki Cross as your champion can mean a lot of good things because they can hot potato this title a little bit. They can hot potato this title. Because let's say, in my theory, they give it to Nikki. So they give it to Nikki Cross.
Okay.
She holds it for a little bit, and then they say, hey, Sanity, we can finally call you up. Then you can easily say, all right, she could just drop it, and she can move herself up to the main roster.
I don't know. We're going to disagree here. I think you keep it on Shayna Baszler.
Well, I
mean, if you want her to just be built as this badass, almost Brock Lesnar type female, then she has to retain.
I don't know. I think... I want to take Nikki Cross for the sake of also being different. Like, I don't want to have the same predictions, but I also do, fantasy booking in my mind, want to see Cross with that title.
Right. I mean, it's been a long time. She's had to have multiple different opportunities for the title, and she just comes up very, very short.
Exactly. And I just realized that I have a power bar on my desk. So what I'm going to do is you're going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to go get a power bar.
Like a food?
Yes.
Oh, I think my power bar like in like a power strip to plug something in. Anyways, okay.
All right.
So, advanced wrestling graphics here in the chat does say Cross can't feud with anyone. Shayna will win for sure. Well, why can't she? You say she can't feud. What do you mean she can't feud with anyone? She feuded with Iconics. They did a whole thing with, who was it? Was it Ruby Riott? It might have been Ruby Riott. Do you think Sanity gets involved in this match? No, Sanity's no longer in NXT. Their main roster, they've done a couple house shows for SmackDown already, and now we're just waiting for Sanity to come in. And also, they're not going to have men come and interfere in a women's match. I mean, maybe as a distraction, but not full-on interfere. So, I don't think Sanity does interfere in this match at all.
Holy fuck, this is so good.
All right, so moving forward, street fight. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa.
So I'm going to take this for a minute because I have been super big fans of both these guys with their time in the independents up to here. So we'll take the Cruiserweight Classic. This hasn't really been used in the story too much, but I'm going to use it here. Gargano won that. Their next singles match against each other at the last pay-per-view, Gargano won that. So Gargano's up 2-0. They're going to have one more match tonight. And Ciampa's going to win it. He has to win it. Because then that'll even up the score. They can have a major blow-off at Brooklyn. This match will main event.
Ooh.
This match has to main event. Because when you look at the story, when you look at the meaning behind it, there's so much behind this match, the way they've been building it. It's kind of weird if it didn't main event. They're putting so much into this match. They're putting so much effort and storytelling and production behind this match that if you have a match like Lars Sullivan and Aleister Black main event where there's no real build to it, there's no real reason that Sullivan should be in the main event when we all know that Black's going to win, you have that go on beforehand. You give a minute, and then you have Ciampa and Gargano. Now, if this doesn't main event, I think that's a clear idea that they're going to have a match at Brooklyn that will main event. My dog's barking downstairs. She's very excited for
Don't hear
TakeOver.
it.
Okay, good. Well, she's barking. She's very excited for TakeOver. But this is a match that I'm genuinely kind of nervous about, because there's a lot of interesting things that can play into this. You've got the idea of Gargano and Candice. Candice is fed up with Gargano being so hellbent on destroying Ciampa. You mentioned it on the podcast the other night that we could see Candice turn on Gargano.
Right.
That's a possibility. There's the possibility of, Gargano suffering some kind of injury, and it kind of plays up a little bit, and he works Brooklyn kind of injured. So
or I like that injury thing. He gets injured in the match and loses to Ciampa. Ciampa comes out the next NXT. Look, I took down your great Gargano, and I beat him, and I injured him, and he's nowhere to be seen. And we do a whole run of tapings with no Johnny Gargano because he's quote-unquote hurt. Because they're going to do 2 set of tapings before Brooklyn. So then at that second set of tapings, that's when Gargano reappears after being injured, and they set up the Brooklyn match. It's 1-1, and Gargano wants some, I guess, revenge even more for Ciampa injuring him somehow. It's a short-term injury.
The Truth Revealed said something interesting. He says, I think Ciampa wins this one, and their last match, their last 1v1 match will be for the NXT Championship at TakeOver WrestleMania weekend. Now,
that's too far away.
It is too far away, but they could do it. They could really do it. And I know exactly how they could do it.
A 1-year-long storyline?
Not only that. Do you know how they could do it?
How?
How did they keep Ciampa when he was injured and he couldn't come out and do anything? How did they keep him involved in this feud?
They really didn't, though.
They did. They did.
The crutch?
You're not thinking of anything.
What am I not thinking of?
Gargano versus Almas. The T-shirt. The DIY shirt.
Oh.
Ciampa's always on his mind. Let's say...
I forgot about that.
Let's say this match ends with Ciampa winning. And for some reason, Gargano cannot get Ciampa out of his fucking head. He's hellbent. Every match he has, he's brutalizing his opponents. You can have that year-long story leading up to WrestleMania weekend at, what would it be, TakeOver New Jersey?
TakeOver Brooklyn. It's going to be in the Barclays Center.
Oh, that's rough. TakeOver, that's rough. That's rough. Because it'd be WrestleMania weekend, so it'd be another Brooklyn?
It's going to have to be, because all WrestleMania weekend shows, Hall of Fame, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, they're all in the Barclays Center.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
which is why they're going to move.
Possibility of the Truth Revealed. I do think that is a interesting possibility, but I don't see that going forth. But fantasy booking it would be a very fun long-term storytelling thing. So I like that idea, the Truth Revealed. That was a very smooth idea.
But I think we're both in agreement. Ciampa has to win.
Okay, sounds good. Ciampa's got to win this.
Oh, he has to. I mean, if he loses again, it won't hurt him. But I just think I don't know how to word this. It won't hurt him that much, but it will hurt him a little bit.
The reason it would hurt him is because he'd go down 2-0 being on the main roster, or not, excuse me, coming back from injury.
Right.
But if you have him win, you can set up one more match that no matter who wins, it'll get a fucking
exactly. Now here's
how many.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
It's a street fight.
Yeah.
How much different is that going to be than the unsanctioned match? Like, what kind of crazy crap are they going to pull out?
You can stop a street fight. You can stop one.
So you're saying this match could go into a
stoppage,
double DQ, double count out kind of deal?
Well, no, it can't be double DQ if it's a street fight.
That's right, no DQ, but it could be count out. Well,
I don't think it could be.
No,
count
it can't
out,
be count out either.
I do think it could end with one of them beating the living hell out of another, and assumably Drake has to referee this. Drake would have to stop it. And one thing that really bothers me about this match, as much as I love it, when this last match happened and they talked to Drake, they made it seem like both these men were going to die. They made it seem like Drake was like, "Fuck, man, this is rough." Drake being the referee, but what I don't understand is you're having that happen. They're gonna fight again though. Yeah. When they announced this match, it took all of the win. It took how good their last match was and just defecated all over it, and that genuinely sucks because these two guys put on a phenomenal match. You could have ended it there. You could have ended the feud there.
I like what Fonzie 805 says. You make it different. Have them brawl backstage.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. You could do something really different with this match, which in that case, you're going to have a main event then. They would have to main event.
I think they are going to main event for the fact of you want a good match main eventing, and nothing against Aleister Black, but we haven't really seen Lars Sullivan in a competitive one-on-one match. Exactly. We don't know if he's going to be good or if he's going to be bad. Nothing against him, but he's a big guy. We haven't seen him in long matches other than that ladder match where he was able to take rests. He could get gassed in the first 3, 4, 5 minutes. We don't know.
I don't think this match is going to go more than 5 minutes.
It shouldn't, but you never know.
Anyway, So we're both taking Ciampa, but we're already kind of talking about it. So let's go into the next match, the final match for the NXT Championship. We've got Aleister Black taking on Lars Sullivan, a match that has very, very little build, little story, but could be fun regardless.
Now, backstory. According to Dave Meltzer, he did state that when Gargano got the match with Almas, that was supposed to be Lars Sullivan getting the championship match, but Sullivan was out with an injury, and that's why they slid in their Gargano instead, since they weren't really doing a lot with Gargano at the time. Because if you remember, when they were doing like a little mini tournament to determine that number one contender, Gargano wasn't he was in the tournament, got eliminated, and then got put back in when somebody wasn't there, and that was Lars Sullivan. So Sullivan, that right there, if that's all true, you already know Sullivan's losing. Because it's like he was supposed to get the title match back then. He wasn't going to win it then. Why would he win it now? Black's a really good champion. So, Aleister Black.
Yeah, Aleister Black.
It's just nothing against Lars Sullivan. I think he's a good big guy, but he's unproven in longer than
this may be a chance for him to come out. This may be a coming out.
Like I said at the beginning, it's the unknown of Lars Sullivan.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. Did you see this picture? I'm going to send it to you on Instagram. But yes, completely unknown if Sullivan can handle himself in a one-on-one match. And I do think Black's a very good opponent because Black can sell very well and Black can strike very well. So it'll be a fun match regardless. I don't think NXT can put on a not fun match. So I'm going to go ahead and take Black for this, and that's going to do it.
Why is Rusev dressed as a clown?
I don't know. That's going to do it for the predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in after NXT TakeOver Chicago tonight. So probably around, 9 p.m.?
Well,
are we doing it directly after?
We can.
What time does it end? 7?
7 or 8.
All right, so as soon as the pay-per-view ends.
Within 30 minutes of ending. No later than 30 minutes after the show's over, we'll be live.
Yeah, no later than 30 minutes after the show ends, we will be live again giving a recap, taking your calls, giving our thoughts on it. But for now, we're going to chill. I'm going to go grab some Taco Bell because, good Lord, I am hungry. So I hope you all have wonderful days. I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Luke Controller. 3 stages of hell.
Nah.
For Gargano Ciampa at Brooklyn.
No, I don't think they'll ever do it again. I don't think they'll ever do that match type again.
Why? How about you do the first ever NXT Hell in a Cell match?
Ooh, I like that a lot. That's a good idea.
Because I was thinking cage, but they're like, cage match, it's been done. You want to do something different? They haven't done Hell in a Cell. And these two, this feud, this blood feud, is perfect for Hell in a Cell. So we'll see.
First blood match.
No, that's not a payoff in the end. That's like a mid feud kind of match.
That's true.
But we'll see you guys later. Next, gonna get some food.
I'm so hungry. Sponsored by Taco Bell, confirmed. Yes. We are
Bye,
sponsored by Taco Bell. Oh God.